Yay! Okay. Chances are, if you are watching this video, you're at least a little bit interested in what it is I do. You might know me really well, you might know me not at all. So I'm gonna give you a little background of who I am. Obviously, my name is Tara Daigle. I am a dog lover. I have a puppy, Layla, that you might hear from time to time throughout this video. So I grew up in a really, really small town in upstate New York, lived there almost my whole life. We'll get to that in a second. But growing up, I never really knew what the heck I wanted to be. I did not grow up with my parents like instilling in me like figure it out or what do you want to be when you grow up. I never had that moment. So when it came to figuring out what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, I had no freaking clue. So going to college, I just knew when you graduate high school, what you do is you go to college to get a degree. And what I did know growing up was that I didn't want like your typical job, what everybody went to school for. I didn't want that. But I knew that I always really loved being creative. I loved creative freedom. So I went to school and decided that I was going to go for interior design and actually really loved it. I love everything about design. I love being creative and having the freedom to use my ideas and thoughts and seeing them come to life. So I got a 4-year bachelor's degree in interior design, graduated. From doing that and decided that, hey, I have my degree. I also have all of this extra weight that I gained while I was there. And because going through college, obviously the 4 years that you spend doing it is like hard work. So I decided, hey, I'm going to take a year off and do whatever I want. So I did. And I gained even more weight. And kind of just went through this vicious cycle of gaining and losing weight. And eventually, like a year or two after college, I ended up deciding to move to Florida. I was there for a year. I actually landed like my dream job when I was there, fell in love with it, thought I was going to be there forever, but ended up going through a really, really hard time in my life, moving back home, packing my whole life back up here. I had lost a ton of weight in Florida because it was such a hard time in my life. I stress and lose weight. That's the type of person and type of body that I have, is that when I'm stressed out emotionally, weight just comes off of me. So I lost a ton of weight, like unhealthy weight, in an unhealthy way, to the point people were like asking me if I was eating enough. So when I moved home, I got back into the mentality of I'm gonna do whatever I want. I ate whatever I want, did whatever I want, drank whatever I want, all of it, all of it, all of it to make me feel better. So I did that, gained a lot of my weight back, and then decided like, okay, Tara, you can't do this forever because this is a really vicious cycle that you're going through. So I was like, all right, it's time to like get it together. Let's sign up for a gym membership. So I did what any girl freaking does, is I signed up for a gym membership, get to the gym, have no freaking clue what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, go on the treadmill, go on the elliptical, but like, do I lift weights? But I'm too scared. I don't know what exercises to do. I don't know what machines to use. So, of course, I buy this gym membership, but I also buy a workout plan from an Instagram girl to follow. And what they give you is really literally just a list of workouts to do and a nutrition plan, but it just doesn't simplify or break it down for you. So I spent a lot of my time in the gym getting results, but not really like the results that I wanted to see because I was still kind of eating whatever I wanted. And I just didn't have a really good plan. And when it comes to the gym, nobody's there to hold you accountable to make sure that you actually go. So I was just going kind of whenever I wanted to, kind of whenever I felt like it. And whenever I felt guilty about eating a ton of crap the day before, I would make sure I go to the gym the next day. So slowly, one of my friends that I had known for years reached out to me and said, or asked me if I wanted to try this new program coming out with her. She told me how she saw me in the gym, or like saw me going to the gym and getting motivated again. And would I want to try this with her and do it with her, and get plugged into this like accountability group? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it, but not sure if I'm going to stick with it. But it would be cool to be able to take to the gym with me and make me actually go. Not true. So it was around, I think, like Thanksgiving when she asked me, and I totally dodged her for like a solid month. But she asked me again right around Christmas time. And because she asked me again, I was still not really seeing the results that I wanted in the gym, feeling really bad about how I felt and how I looked and not getting anywhere. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it to myself as a Christmas present. So I did. I gifted it to myself. Best $170 that I ever spent. So I gave it to myself as a Christmas present. And she plugged me into this accountability group. And because it was around Christmas time, she was like, hey, if you sign up, you can save some money this way. So I did, because I was all about saving money at the time. I was working a full time job because when I moved home, I did whatever I want, did whatever I want. Then at one point was like, you got to get your life together. So finally, I landed another interior design job, which I thought was going to be, again, another dream job for me. So I started this really cool program. I'm an interior designer again. Life is freaking good, right? I get plugged into this accountability group that she has me in with a bunch of other like coaches, and I'm competitive by nature, so if she tells me that there's a challenge, I'm going to win the challenge. But she set me up with not only a program to follow but a nutrition plan that simplified everything for me. It was literally like, eat this, do this, get results. So I did it. So not only was I building knowledge on how to eat, but it was doing it in a way that was like sustainable for me. I didn't feel like I was losing out or cutting out food groups. Like, I no longer felt like I only could eat salad. I felt like I just needed to make better choices. So she told me that if I kept doing this, kept seeing results, and if I helped a couple of people a month get started on their health and fitness journey, I would get all of my products paid for that month. So like Shakeology, I fell in love with it because I was feeling better than ever. And she told me if I helped a couple of people, it would pay for my shakes. So I was like, cool, I'm going to do that. And she was like, oh, by the way, if you do this consistently, you can also earn free vacations. I was like, cool, I'm going to do that. So I started doing that more and more and more. And the more that I freaking listened to her, the more I fell in love with my journey and the results that I was getting. Because not only did she plug me into that community, but she plugged me into the coaching community where it teaches you to just grow as a person. And because I was starting this at such a broken place in my life and needing to really get it together, I dove all the way in. It not only like made me feel better physically, but it restored my faith. It made me like a better daughter and friend because I was just growing exponentially, like on the inside. So it came out and started pouring out of me on the outside, and my results happened so fast. So I was feeling so good. I really wanted to pay this forward to other people. So naturally, with the combination of being able to get my stuff paid for, wanting other people, other women to feel the way that I felt and be able to like earn vacations, that was totally cool in my book. So the more I fell in love with what I was doing, the more I fell, I guess, out of love with my career. So I was showing up every single day to somebody else's dreams. So I kind of stopped dreaming myself. I during that period of my life, I was going through some of the hardest days just because I wanted more. I thought that I had landed this dream job. I was feeling better than ever, but like there was something so big that was missing. Like, why wasn't I happy? Why did I cry on the way to work almost every single day? Why did I dread Monday through Friday and only want it to be the weekends? Like, I couldn't understand it until this opportunity came into my life and I saw really what it was, saw it for what it was, and was able to see other people dreaming and building the lives that they really, really craved. So the more that I was showing up for somebody else's dreams, the more I kind of resented it and came to a point where I had to make a decision whether to continue my career or to take a step back and really pursue what I was passionate about, which was coaching. And my boss at the time sat me down. I remember this day, like it was yesterday, sat me down in her office, asked me if everything was okay. And I started bawling. Like, I didn't understand how broken I truly was in that moment until she said the words. She said, Tara, is this really what you want to do for the rest of your life? And at that time, I couldn't say yes. I really couldn't say yes. And she said to me, not as your boss, but as your friend, I've never seen you light up more than when you talk about your coaching thing. Is that something that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life? And it was like, it totally was. And it's kind of like the rest is history, but that's just where my story or the next chapter of my story started. And I was finally, for the first time in so long, able to dream big again. I could see, I had hopes and dreams, and like I could see my future getting brighter already. And now I'm not only chasing those dreams, but I'm freaking building those dreams. Like I have a plan, and this is the vehicle. And if you crave something so much or you are missing something but you don't know what it is, I just encourage you to like trust what's beating inside your chest and go for it. Not small. Don't play small. We get this one life. We get to live it one time. Trust your heart and just go big. Like go big and go all in because I promise you, you won't regret it. And at the end of the day, you'll be able to look back and know that you freaking went for it. So I just want to say thank you so much for like listening to this video. If you're watching and you're still hanging in there with me, I love you already. We're meant to be friends. Like I'm so happy that you chose to follow your heart, and at least take a listen. Any questions that you have, like I love questions, ask them away and I will talk to you so soon.